With ChatGPT, there's a lot that you can do with it that people don't even realize. You can create buyer personas for a specific product or service. So you put in your industry, put in your market, you put in your price point, and you create buyer personas for someone who is likely to purchase your product or service. So then you have this whole persona with the pain points, with the fears, with the objections, and then you create content from that persona solving the problem of your target customer.
Welcome to Life Changing Money, a podcast all about one of the most taboo topics in the world, money. I'm your host, Barbara Strehand, and we're going behind the scenes on business owners' journeys to money, success, and wealth. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Life Changing Money. I am so excited to have Phil Stringer on. Hello, and welcome to the show.
It's an honor to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
So you're an AI expert.
I would like to think that I'm an expert. Yeah, I'm 100%. I just dived as deep as I could into it, and that's what I've been doing full time.
How did you start that journey?
So I was actually a chief operating officer of a mega real estate team in North Carolina, and I remember, so I have friends who are super smart with technology. Like they're software engineers, they're developers.
Well, it's North Carolina, right?
North
the
Carolina.
Triangle.
We've
I
got
lived
some
there.
Smart people. Did you really?
Yeah, in Morrisville.
Great place, right?
Yeah.
So I have these friends, they're smart. And I remember thinking, like, when we would go out to dinner, they would talk and it would just go over my head. And I thought, this is probably what normal people feel like when we have tech talks and we talk about technology. And I thought, there's got to be a way that I can take this confusing stuff and communicate it in a way that anyone can understand. And there's probably a market there for taking that confusing stuff and then just boiling it down. Talk to you like you're 5 years old. And so I've essentially just went on this journey of learning as much as I could, taking confusing technology and then communicating it in a way that people could understand. And I started creating AI systems for my real estate team to sell more homes. And my whole thing was, if it doesn't save me time or make me money, I don't care. Because there's so much with AI that people can kind of, it's cool and it's fun to talk about at a party, but it's like, does that really drive your business? Does it
like
move
making
the
a
needle?
Barbie meme
Like
or whatever?
Exactly. It's like, that's fun.
Yeah.
But how is that making me money?
Yeah.
And so that's the thing that kind of separated myself from other people in the space is I'm just no nonsense. And I'm like, hey, how does it make me money? How does it save me time?
I mean, that's the key to any good, successful business is if you can save people money and save people time, you're golden. And if you can speak to it, like you're saying, like break it down, that's exactly what we did with tax. Like people are like, how did you grow a following for a tax company? I'm like, I just talk about it like anyone can understand it.
Because it's a confusing topic.
Yes.
Like people are scared of tax the same way that they're scared of AI.
I will admit I'm a little afraid of AI. I love it. I use a lot of it, but I am afraid of it. What would be your answer to that? Are you afraid of AI?
I'm not afraid of AI because I think, one, this is the greatest advancement in technology that we've seen since the internet, right? Anytime you have an advancement in technology, you're going to be scared because you're uncomfortable because there are unknowns. And anytime there's an advancement in technology, it's going to remove tasks. So let's think about it. Telephone technology. We don't need telephone operators anymore because that task has been eliminated. But it created new opportunities and new tasks and new jobs. Cell phone maintenance and repair, cell phone towers.
Yeah.
And so it's going to look a little bit different in the future anytime there's a huge advancement in technology. But I'm not scared of it. I think it can be used. It's more of an opportunity. It excites me more than it scares me because I'm thinking, how can I leverage this to save so much time so that I can use my time savings to then work on my business to crush my competition? That's how I think of it.
You had a business before AI, and then now your business is AI. How did you transition?
So I started doing events and speaking at events, and then it was 100% word of mouth. A lot of people have asked me, how did you scale so quickly? So we scaled from nothing to a 7-figure company in 1 year. Like it was absolutely crazy just from speaking about AI.
Wow.
And people are like, how did you do it? How did you get all your events? I want to get booked for events. What did you do? I did over 100 live events last year. Like absolutely insane. Just
you have to
constantly.
Clone yourself now.
Now I do. And so how did I get to that point? Well, it was all word of mouth. And I've told people we've never run an ad, we've never done anything. It's all been word of mouth, and it's been all that we can handle so far. And now I'm full time speaking. I go around and I speak at conferences, I do online virtual trainings, and teach people how to use it to save time and make money.
And you were like, I don't need real estate company anymore.
I mean, I had to choose because I was gone so much. 100 live events, I'm never home.
No.
You know,
You
and
have a flight there, a
flight
day
there,
back. Yeah,
exactly.
there's 300
I'm going
days.
from place to place. I mean, just a few weeks ago, in 12 days, there was Raleigh, Miami, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, London, Scottsdale, Salt Lake City, back home in 12 days. So it's like that's an extreme case, but it's like you're traveling so much. There's no way you can run a local real estate business at that point or do anything at a high level.
So what's your favorite airline?
So I actually, it used to be American. So 2 years ago, I had one of the most viral videos in the history of the platform, TikTok. So it was one of the most watched videos of 2023. And it's gotten over 1 billion views across all social platforms. Insane. Where I was the only passenger on an American Airlines flight. So just 2 years ago, I went to my gate. There was no one there. I thought I missed my flight. And I was like, did I miss my flight? And she was like, no, honey, you're the only person on this plane. So they had to wake up the crew from the hotel. They come in, they see one passenger and like, are you kidding me right now? And we just had the most fun, like played bingo together, ran up and down the aisle, like just did whatever we wanted, right? They gave me as much food and drink as I wanted. I could sit anywhere I wanted. And I just captured my experience, and it just showed like a fun, hey, we're messing around with the flight crew. That video, for some reason, blew up. I was on the Today Show, Good Morning America, Inside Edition, all the shows.
Wow.
And so I was going to say American because I had that experience, but I'm a Delta guy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 100% Delta for me now.
I flew during COVID. I flew from, I think, Phoenix to Milan, and there were 5 passengers.
No way.
Yeah, on an like a really far international flight, 5 of us. And I thought that was crazy. And same thing, I got to the gate and I thought, oh no, like COVID canceled it or like something crazy. Yep. And they were like, no, it's 1 of 5.
So I think the reason that video did so well is because of the hook at the very beginning. I mean, we all know the hook is the important part. I made a joke and I'm walking onto the plane and I turn and there's no one there. And I said, when you buy out the whole plane because you don't want to deal with people.
I love that.
And I was like, no, I'm just kidding. I think I was the only person. But that hook got people to be like, whoa, did he really do that?
Yeah.
How much does that cost?
And how can I do that?
How can I do that? Is that even possible? And then you had a bunch of people who were so mad at me for emissions that it.
I'm sure. You're like, go look at Taylor Swift, okay? And then get back to me. So how are you using AI today to save you time and make you money?
That is a loaded question. There's so many different ways. I think for the person who is kind of new to it, obviously ChatGPT is going to be the go-to, right? Everyone's using it. Everyone knows about it. There are a lot of different tools that I use to save time, to do things that I currently do at a 10x speed. But with ChatGPT, there's a lot that you can do with it that people don't even realize. And so there are some creative ways, like for an example, just to pick one of many, you can create buyer personas for a specific product or service. So you put in your industry, put in your market, you put in your price point, and you create buyer personas for someone who is likely to purchase your product or service. But in the persona, you have it create a list of pain points and fears and hurdles that customer would specifically face purchasing your specific service. So then you have this whole persona with the pain points, with the fears, with the objections, and then you create content from that persona solving the problem of your target customer. And so just ways like that where you can be more creative than, hey, write me an email.
Right.
And those are the things that I love to dig into and I'm a nerd a little bit. So
do you use ChatGPT the most?
I do. It's my go-to. I have it on my home screen of my phone. So I just tap the button and it opens up, right?
Same.
It's like ready to go.
Yeah.
I love Perplexity.
Yep.
Because it does a lot of the research stuff, which I like having the sources cited that I can read the article that it's pulling the information from. And then have you used NotebookLM yet?
No.
NotebookLM is so interesting to me because you can load in a bunch of different sources. So this could be websites, this could be files, this could be pasted text, this could be YouTube videos. and you load in all the information that you want, and it creates this external brain of information. And we're talking up to 50 files on the free account. So you can just load in files of information. And then it creates this brain. You can talk to the brain and get information or create content based on the information in the brain. But you can also create study guides for all of that information, research notes. You can create FAQs for all the stuff. You can create your own quiz to quiz yourself on the knowledge bank. The coolest thing is you can turn it into a podcast.
Oh.
And it's a podcast that sounds like two real people are talking.
Oh.
And it's AI generated, but they're teaching you the knowledge bank. So what I'll do is I'll load in a resource of something, a bunch of YouTube videos that I don't have time to watch, but I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And then I'll listen to the 10, 20-minute podcast, and I learn all the information while I'm driving because I'm an audible learner. So I love NotebookLM. I'm kind of geeking out
That's
about
cool.
it. Yeah.
College will soon not be needed.
Correct.
Like, it's crazy. Actually, I just had ChatGPT plan my summer vacation.
How did it do?
Great, I'm going. So I was like, tell me about beachy locations in Europe that not very many people go to, not touristy with temperate weather, because I don't want it to be hot as hell with no AC.
Yep.
And I gave it like all these parameters. Then it gave me a bunch of places. And I was like, okay, I want Mallorca, Spain, and Corsica, France. And then I was like, I want 5-star hotels, but find me like good deals on the 5-star hotels, and then give me restaurants that only the locals would go to. And so I have my whole 10-day itinerary.
I love that.
Boom, in like 2 minutes. And then I was like, find me the best first class ticket deals. And it will also be your flight planner.
Done. And now with the AI agents that are coming out, I don't know if you've heard about.
No.
So the next step is called AI agents, where it will actually do stuff without you having to ask it. So it essentially becomes an employee where you could have it do things. It learns off of itself. I know you're getting scared now.
Yeah.
It learns from
This is
itself,
where they take over the world.
and it does tasks for you, but you could actually say, hey, book the whole trip for me. And it would actually go through and book the flight, do those different things. That's where it's going.
And then what would happen if you say credit card fraud?
Well, I don't know about that.
How are you using AI more in your personal life? I know you're using it to learn a lot, like with Notebook, but how else can people use it to just like better their personal life?
Fun personal life stuff. So I hired a health coach, and he is so strict on what I can and can't eat. Like, it's so strict. It makes eating out so hard.
So it'll do your macros.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
It does everything. So what I've done is I've trained it, and basically training it is just telling it what you can and can't have in a conversation. So, hey, I can't have this. I can't have this. I can't have this. I can eat this. I can eat this, right? Give it all of those do's and don'ts for your specific diet or your nutrition. And now I can take a picture of any menu when I'm at a restaurant, and I say, what can I have?
That's
and
cool.
it will say, you should order this, ask the waiter to hold this and add that. Like, it'll customize it for you. So before, I would have to look through and read through the whole menu, be like, oh, what should I do? Now it knows everything I can and can't eat. I take a picture of the menu, done. Fun way is for cocktails. I've trained it on what I like and what I don't like. So, hey, I don't like stuff that's super sweet. I appreciate this type, don't like this. Take a picture of a cocktail menu, say, what would I like? It is literally 100% has got it on the bullseye for me.
Wow.
Every time I've ordered, because it knows my preferences, and then it reads through the menu and says, well, based on your preferences, boom. You can take a picture of your fridge and say, based on the ingredients I have in my fridge or my pantry, what can I cook for dinner tonight? And it will give you a full recipe. So it's pretty crazy, some of the stuff you can do for fun.
That's cool. I had a friend who has a VA company right before like the big ChatGPT boom. So he had cameras follow him for an entire week. He did like this whole time audit, all the things, even to where there was like video camera in his fridge, like you're saying.
Yeah.
And then
I know the person you're talking about.
Yeah, he's a big speaker as well.
Yeah.
And so then the VA would like reorder his groceries for him.
Yeah.
And now you don't need the VAs.
You don't need that.
You
I mean,
just
you could literally, with the agent thing, like with ChatGPT, if you pay $200 a month, there's a pro plan. And with the pro plan, it allows you to have tasks done for you. So it's almost like a hybrid agent type thing where you could type in, I need to reorder my groceries. I need this. Here's my grocery list. Order it for me. It will literally pull up a web page and you can see it while it's working. It'll go to Instacart or wherever, put your items in the cart, and it does everything up until, the only thing it won't do right now is login credentials and payment information. So it'll have you put in that information for security, but the whole thing is ordered for you, and then your groceries are delivered at your door, and all you did was, hey, I need eggs or whatever,
Yeah. No, that's cool. I like that. So you mentioned you did 7 figures in a year with your AI business. What was like the biggest financial mistake that you made?
Oof. I made so many financial mistakes.
Tell the people, they need to hear it.
They need to hear it. So I tell people that I paid a lot of idiot tax because I didn't know what I blew up like overnight, literally in 1 hour. I blew up and I didn't know what to do because I wasn't expecting it, but I didn't track my spending. I wasn't focused on that just because I was like, oh, well, I'm just going to do everything. And so the biggest mistake that I made, I think, was hiring, actually, in hiring. I paid people way too much for what they were doing, and I hired too many people when I didn't need them. And so I should have gone slower. I should have just hired like a personal assistant first to take some things off my plate. But I hired a marketing person, I hired a tech person, I hired a COO and a personal assistant and a finance person all at once. And I didn't need all of it. But I don't know, maybe my number one thing was not hiring you to do my taxes.
I mean, show me your tax return and I'll let you know if that's accurate. What's like your next big money goal?
I want to get to 8 figures. And that's been my goal. So 8 figures is where I want to go. Course sales. So I have a digital course. That was the biggest revenue driver for me. Now it's speaking fees, because before when I started, I was speaking anywhere for free. And now our speaking fee has gone up 10 times, over the last couple of years just because of demand. And so, between speaking fees, course sales, and consulting, now we do consulting for large organizations where I have a team of consultants. Between that, I want to generate 10 figures, 8 figures pretty quickly. Yeah.
10 figures would be
10
cool.
figures would be amazing. We're just going to
be great. Yeah. We'll need a multiple for that.
Yeah.
But where can the people find you?
philstringer.com. So it's just my first and last name. On Instagram, I'm just Phil Stringer. Instagram's probably my favorite platform.
Same.
Yeah, that's the one I engage with the most.
Well, thanks for being here.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Life Changing Money. Don't forget to subscribe, and I would love if you left a review and shared it with your friends. See you next time.